So, hey out there to all of our Hackettstown Free Public Library patrons. I am Jerry Galante, the director here, and I have with me Johan Naranjo, who is from House of the Good Shepherd. And we're going to talk about the Memory Cafe here, which is something that Johan has been nice enough to help us do. So, it's essentially what we're looking at is, as you see on screen, a social group for people experiencing memory loss and their caregivers. And we're going to have it on May 3rd at 5 o'clock and hopefully rather consistently thereafter. So, Johan, do you want to go into it a little bit? What you think it's going to be like for the first meeting, at least?
Yeah, so the Memory Cafe, for people that are not familiar with that, it's people diagnosed with early stage memory loss to get together, to talk, to bond, to compare, stories, as well as their caregivers. Their caregivers go through some burnout as well. So it's nice to compare stories and have people to relate and come together. There is icebreakers, little activities that we do beforehand. That way, people are a little more familiar with each other and be able to share a lot more. And after that, we'll have a little social, and then we'll actually talk a little bit about different aspects of memory loss and relate stories and that kind of thing. Memory, I used to run an dementia unit back in another facility. So memory loss and Alzheimer's and dementia is something I have a great passion for, because I always see the immediate effects of engagement with that demographic.
Yeah, and that was something that Johan, and a little inside baseball here. Johan and I met when I was invited to House of the Good Shepherd as sort of a community building event, and we sort of got together and I had mentioned to him that I had heard about other libraries doing this kind of an event, and he was ready and down for it. So I'm very excited that you're looking to help us do this because I think it's going to be really great for the community. And what we're looking at is something essentially on our ground floor of the library where there's a lot of space. So that way people have some space to stretch out. And I believe there may be snacks involved and tea and coffee possibly.
Mhm. Yes, and let me tell you about a little bit some of the ideas that I have coming up for the Memory Cafe. So the first one, the first activity, the icebreaker, what have you, will be Twister. Now, some people might get a little sketchy. Twister, I can't bend the way I used to, neither can I. There's actually three different ways to play Twister without bending and stretching. And one of my favorite ways is I would say, more of like a reminiscing question, answer, some jokes intertwined, if you will, combined with some funny anecdotes, whatever the
Hmm.
case may be. Also, there's going to be the next one after that. I have some fun little exercise games, nothing crazy, but exercise is definitely one thing I found with memory loss and people experiencing Alzheimer's and dementia. Exercise games help improve cognitivity.
Hmm.
They just are just more alert right afterwards. I've seen it many times, and I love doing exercise games. It's just, to me, I see the effect immediately.
That's really interesting. That's not something I would have thought of. But I guess get your blood pumping, get yourself in control of your muscles. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, that's great. So what would we be looking at in terms of a time frame, maybe once a month or something like that?
Definitely once a month is my big goal. Once a month, starting May, and then going on and going on. And let's see how it goes. I'm really excited about this. I love helping out, and I love helping out the community around me. And this is something I'm very passionate about, and I love helping people with the early onset of dementia, Alzheimer's, and memory loss. I just see the effects immediately.
Hmm. And so even if the viewer themselves right now is not someone who's experiencing memory loss, they may know someone who is. I mean, a family member, a neighbor, someone, at a community group, someone at your church, someone at your synagogue, someone at your mosque, who knows? So, feel free to pass this information on. I mean, we want it to be a community event. We want to get as many people involved as we can. And if the person who would like to come doesn't know how to use the online registration, or please help them out, or you can have them call us. It's just 908-852-4936. And we're more than willing to help somebody get signed up for something like this. Johan, was there anything else that you wanted to talk about regarding the Memory Cafe?
Uh, so I mentioned the first three I already had in the top of my head. Twister, fun little cognitive exercise games, and then something I like to call the laugh circle. Um, Basically, I would bring in little maracas, noisemakers everywhere, like funny little the Groucho Marx type of everybody knows the
Yeah,
Groucho Marx glasses,
yeah.
and it would just tell all different types of really bad jokes. And the thing about bad jokes is you still laugh because they're so bad. And again, laughter, increases blood flow, air to the lungs, air to the brain. It's I have a lot of great ideas, and I really would love to bring people in as much as possible for this. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a great learning event as well.
All right, sounds great. I really hope that this works out, and I really want to have some people involved. So get on there, people. Let's get it done. Don't disappoint Johan. All right, well, thanks for popping on with me.
Thanks
And
for having me.
I'll see you soon.
Definitely.
All right.